Welcome to the video blog. I'm here with Deirdre Breakenridge, and Deirdre does two things in her professional career. She's a successful author of the book PR 2.0, and she also owns her own agency, PFS Marketwyse. Welcome to the video blog.
Thank you very much.
Great. Now, you're going to be presenting here today, and one of the things you're going to be talking about is micromedia.
Yeah.
What is micromedia?
Micromedia is it's similar to blogging, except it's on a micromedia site. So you're using content that is really packaged very tightly. So you're talking in sound bites of less than 140 characters.
So almost the communication form is the content that would be, say, in a text message.
Yes, almost like in a text message, but you can use text, you can use photos, you can have video, there's voice. I mean, it's a great medium to speak to influencers and to engage in conversation.
Great. So what are some of the names of these micromedias that people are using, that people say, oh yeah, now I understand what we're talking about?
Okay, some of the microblogging sites are everything from Twitter, Pounce, Jaiku. Those are very popular. Twitter happens to be very popular, except around all of the microblogging sites, there's different opinions from, I find tremendous value to no value, I don't get it, why are people getting caught up in doing it so much?
Yeah. Earlier, at one of the earlier sessions, Jeremy Pepper was talking about, he was Twittering during the session,
yeah.
And he says he'll post things like, oh, I'm taking my shoes off now, and he has 3,000 people following it. Why does that resonate with people? I mean, from sort of a human thing, you're thinking, like, why would people care at that level?
That's very funny. It is very human, and you're engaging as a peer. So you take your marketing hat off, and everybody is peer-to-peer, and you're sharing information. And as people get to know you and learn about you, they will follow you, and they want to see you're human. So yes, you could be taking your shoes off, but you could be offering some advice or some information, something that one of your followers needs to know to perhaps make a big decision.
Now, how do you work that in as a brand? And obviously, there's also a disclosure issue. If you're down to 140 characters, telling people who you're representing, that's about the 140. You've maybe got 138, and you can maybe add no. That's about it. So how do you make it work?
It's very difficult, and it's the true test for the communications professional. So if you think about PR in general, and all those news releases with the jargon and the hype and the BS, that's all stripped. You are down to concise, brief, meaningful information, and it's very difficult, and you're sort of piecing conversations together in a puzzle, which is so different than the way people talk on blogs.
Now, is it like, hey, I use this product and I love it? I mean, would people see through that, especially if they're being retained by an organization to share that content? How do you sort of go down the middle, make sure you're pushing out positive branding content that people know about without creating a backlash?
Right, you don't want to create that backlash, and basically as people learn about you and trust you, they'll see that you are trying to help them. You are sharing things that are interesting, things that spark conversation. So no, you're not pushing messages. It's not what a company wants to talk to people about. It's more listening in the community. The best thing that you can do is to listen and observe. You don't just want to jump in, because you sort of have to learn the culture of the community. It's almost a little bit like sociology in a sense. We take the marketing hat off, we become sociologists, and as you learn the community, you know what you can contribute.
So this is more about learning about the community than necessarily persuading the community.
Correct. Because when you learn about the community and you see the needs of the people, you can listen objectively and offer information that isn't some kind of campy or hollow message about your brand. You don't want your content to be disingenuous. You really want it to be the information that people need and that they can then take and share with all their followers.
And just like you're doing in micromedia on this video blog, we like to share some personal side of people that we get. So when you were 10, for instance, did you ever imagine you were going to grow up and help shape companies' micromedia communications plans? Is that what you want to do? And what do you even call it as a discipline?
That's so funny. No, that was not what I wanted to do. I always thought I was going to be a veterinarian, and I horseback rode for 10 years. And I just think, you know, all of this social media, I'm a PR 2.0 professional. In companies, there is a position that's forming. It's the social media manager or the community manager who sort of deals with all this interesting content and is listening on behalf of the brand. So there is a position that's actually developing.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being part of the video blog.
Thank you. I appreciate it.